Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Michelle Eckler, Supervisor of Secondary English Language Arts. Today I'm going to review with you some of the basics of Google Classroom. The first thing we're going to do is talk about how to turn off notifications. This is going to be incredibly important because the more students interact with your Google Classroom, the more likely you are to get notifications in your email inbox. The second thing we're going to do is go over the stream on Google Classroom. This is where most of the important things are posted in Google Classroom. We're going to talk about the classwork section, so I can show you a little bit of what that looks like. We will go over how to organize your students in the people section. And then we're going to talk about briefly the grading feature section of Google Classroom. These are just very brief overviews of the things that we will be doing today, and we will get into more detail in these and other videos. Okay, so let's get started with our overview of Google Classroom. The first thing you want to do is make sure that your web browser is at google.com, and you're going to make sure you log in with your Waterbury Public Schools account. That's incredibly important because your personal Google account is not going to allow you access to Google Classroom. So once you're logged in, you may end up at this landing page. If you don't, you're going to click here on these 9 dots, and that will bring up all of your Google apps. And here you're going to find your Google Classroom app. It is considered an app in the Google world. You may have to scroll down to find it, but either way, you want to be on the Google Classroom app. So this is the main page. Once you have been assigned your Google Classrooms by your department supervisor, you will see them here. You should have one for each class that you teach if you are in the secondary level. In the elementary level, you will likely only have one class here. The first thing I want to show you is a very important tip related to Google Classroom, and that is turning off email notifications. Every time a student submits something in Google Classroom, you will potentially get an email for it. So it is going to be incredibly important for you to turn those off to make sure that you're not overloaded with emails. So to do that, you're going to click in the upper left-hand corner on the 3 lines. This is your main Google Classroom menu. And you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to click on Settings. And in Settings, there's really only 2 things you could possibly do. One is to change your profile picture. I highly suggest you do that in some fashion so your students know it's you, whether it's your face or an icon that you have created or like. And then click on the notifications to turn them off. So if it's right here, you can see that it is blue, and this means they're all on. These are a lot of notifications. You could go through them and individually turn things on and off if you'd like, but in my opinion, with the amount of work you're going to be doing in Google anyway, your easiest option is to just turn them all off. You'll be logging in on a regular basis. You'll be able to see what's there, so you have no need to get all of those email notifications. So to get back to your main Google Classroom screen, you're going to click on the 3 little dots again, and you're going to click right up here on Classes. That'll bring you back to your main screen. So I'm going to show you a couple of things from the teacher standpoint right now, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to use a sample class that I've set up where I've added some things to it already. This is a sample 9th grade classroom, and you can see here, this is your main page. This is the stream right here. You see this first and your students see this first. You can kind of think of this like a social media stream or a social media timeline of some kind. This is going to allow you to see everything that's been posted in the order in which it was posted. So you can see as I scroll down that there's an announcement from me at the very beginning. There are some assignments that I've posted. This is basically the overview. The most important part, however, for both you and your students is going to be the second tab, which is the Classwork tab. This is where you're actually going to have everything nice and neatly organized. It's organized by week in most cases. At the elementary level, it might be organized by topic, so subject area, but this is going to organize all of the work that is going to be pushed out to your classroom by your department. So you can see here at the secondary level, we have a week's worth of work in ninth grade divided out by week. So you have a couple of lessons and some discussion questions here. The third tab is your People tab. This is where you're going to see teachers that are available on the class and students. Since this is a sample class, I'm the only teacher on it. However, in your classes, you're going to likely have your building administration as well as your department supervisors attached. In the elementary level, you may have a larger group of teachers because your specials teachers, your Title I reading teachers, your literacy facilitators will also be attached to your classrooms. This is just to allow people the opportunity to see what's in the class and to be able to provide assistance. You also have your student list. One of the best features when it comes to student lists for Google Classroom is that you can choose how you sort them. You can either sort them by last name, as I have here, or you can sort them by first name if you need to quickly look for a particular student. In a later video, we are going to talk about how you add students to your Google Classroom. The last tab that you want to look at is the Grades tab. So this is where you can actually see any of the grading that you've given students. It's very much set up like a standard grade book. So you'll be able to see the feedback you've given students for grades here. And we're going to actually have a video that goes over all of the grading processes and the feedback processes in Google as well. But this just gives you a general sense of where the grades are. And again, one of my favorite features, sort by first name, sort by last name. Very helpful there. So if you want to get back to your main page and see all of your classes, you click on the three little lines and then you click on classes again, and it brings you back to your main page. I look forward to sharing some more Google tips with you in the future.